Hope you guys are having a good day. It's 15 days. Is it? Actually, it's 16 days into the year. Yeah. Yeah, but I hope you guys are doing well. So today I thought we should just make sure that we do the math again. Yeah. Remember how I've been telling you, even if you drive to own movie the K, if you go to Morocco, it's a student movie vehicle. And majority of the time when people do Good Morning Martha, majority of the time when people do this, they do it with ignorance. You know, they say ignorance is bliss. Obutamanya buku momuntu nga musanyofu kuba abatamanyi. You get, like a person that has never traveled, a person that doesn't know that there's a country that has nice roads all over the country will never know that. Good morning, Council Patrick. They will never know that this country can have good roads. A person that has never traveled to a country that has lighting all over the road will never know that actually, oh, we can have street lighting everywhere. You get, a person that has never driven a new car might probably never know how good a new car is. Which take it. A person that has not traveled to see a tiled, okay, a paved compound, I know how beautiful a paved compound is. Okay, yesterday I was at a party. I've been planning to use these normal pavers, but then yesterday I went for a party, and at that party I saw a different kind of pavers. Those colored pavers, it seems like they're even varnished. They look really nice. So my mind changed. So that's why I'm saying, before you travel somewhere else, you don't know. So ignorance is bliss. You be there. Ebintu byosi bya kabi nenga goro kubato nalaba ku bya kabi olowooza ebintu byo bya kabi. Yes, omuntu gy'amanyi enkuba gy'etonya. There are so many sayings, so many stories, so many proverbs that our forefathers told that speak for this kind of situation. Like the people that go for drive to own, if you said everything about Butamanya, which I've been telling you all this time, and I think for some people it seems like Nadisibaga is a good Moroka ampia. Which when Bagamba Tewe or Motoka. I actually normally tell people the Sunday I got the new or Gure Motoka ya Banja. If you have 13 million, look for a car of 13 million. Don't have 13 million and then look for a car of 18 million. Which take it. But however, there are people that feel strongly about it. Like the Kabaka Mwanga boy. He said everything he's seeing in Kampala is new, Uganda is exactly. I've seen some of the interviews, of course, but I see clips. Yeah, so if you don't know what is good, and I think that's why we need to keep sharing information. That's why we need to have platforms like this one, where if someone doesn't know, they can actually come and watch. Then I go, so this is how it works. You get, But you can imagine someone is paying for 3 years, paying for an IST, as well buying comprehensive insurance that they probably don't even need. You get, probably and then now they're telling her to pay for years. I know most of you guys watched that clip because I hadn't even watched it. It's you guys that shared it with me on WhatsApp of a chick that bought million, and they are saying you need to pay more, pay for another year. You get, so I think it's the ignorance. Do you know how much what she could have done with that 46 million? If only she had been patient, probably now Moroka with her own money. If she had been patient to buy a Vitz like the one that has just overtaken, has just gone the opposite side where we're going, and bought that Vitz at 10 million, Moroka. I've not watched the entire story, but I know how it ends. You remember the Pine story? Someone told me about the Pine story, where they killed a lady. Ngabacha Mubanja. Which take it. Ebintu by'okwewola emmoroka ndoza tubirekera abazungu, because for them they are organized. Ngenda kuba shortcut olengera jam tubirekera abazungu because for them they are organized. ate bagula na moroka mpya, and then you are demanded by the bank. So I find that their system is a little more fair. It's like you saying you're going to buy a house from brokers, and then you're going to pay them for 10 years. Brokers they are not loyal to anyone. Those used car bond guys, basically car bond guys are not your brother, they are not your sister. They are mafias. That's one thing I can tell you. You need to pay them. Let them demand you for 3-4 months. Pay them their money. Go do your business. You get? You don't tell me that anyone, and at all it doesn't make sense. You picture, you go bring a car from Japan and expect to sell it at 18 million cash 18 million, and then someone comes, they give you 5 million, and then they pay the rest of the 13 million in 3 years. Does that even make sense to you? Good morning, Chris Da Vinci. You get, it doesn't make sense. The only way it makes sense is if they give you the 5 million, let's say, or the 10 million, and instead of paying the balance 8 million, you're going to get another 18 million out of them. That's the only way you're going to get anyone allowing you to pay installments. And then they keep the logbook. I tell her the 18 million is going to charge extra. You lose either way. By paying for the car, you're losing a lot of money. By not paying for the car, you lose money and the car. You get it? Unavuga biki? Aza papa naendo woza. Kana akakubo kali first bano batusoso okukyama. How about the NCBA partnership plan with Toyota? Now the NCBA might actually be safer. That's why I'm telling you. Nze buli neora mu bank nze ne family sijaji kubira kumpola sente. Okitegeera? Because bwobanga your income is 20 million annually. Trust me. Family ya mujja kwesanga mwenna mutambulira awo. Okitegeera? It's very hard to find at where antavuga moroka ye sikategeddaako Eddie. It's very hard to find you that yourself that you make 30 million every year, and you find that the rest of your family makes 60 million every year. Okitegeera wabaawo ekikyamu ate if you find that the rest of your family makes 60 million a year bagenda kukuboola because oba toli level yaabwe. Okitegeera? So in a way I find that if you want to borrow anything, go to the bank. The bank is your safest bet. Don't even go to these circles, bichi. Trust me. A bank, the interest rate for the bank is normally 28%, as from the last time I borrowed from the bank. And I can't guarantee that because I last borrowed in I think 2000. I paid my loan balance. The last loan I got from the bank in 2020. This road is going to be tarmac. So I last got a loan in 2019 from a bank. I got it from Equity, and the interest rate was 28%. Now that would be the interest rate for all banks. But SACCOs and all those other guys, their interest goes up to 50%. Now, if you get a loan of 10 million and you're going to pay back 15 million, for me it doesn't make sense. Only even paying 12.8 is a lot of money. For me to pay 28% is a lot of money. But what about 50%? There is a friend of mine that works in a SACCO, and I looked at the agreements, and they are making people pay 50% interest rate. I take at the 50% we are talking about, this is the money you're going to take back. Tetogedde ku simanya loan, what there is that money you pay simanya okunonyereza ku protio. You're not going to be paying 15. You're going to pay like 16 or 16.5. You get? And the banks of Uganda, when I was getting loans from Equity, there's this guy, the loan office actually wanted a bribe. Nagano Mua bribe. Like, how am I getting a loan and then I still bribe you? For what? You're getting commission from my loan. Then I bribe you. You get it? But I'm thinking NCBA doesn't do that. But still, even with NCBA, organized banks don't give you loans when they don't see where you're getting the money from. That's why I was telling you the NCBA partnership with Toyota is for rich people. Because no one is going to give you a car of 70 million on your account. You don't even have 50. After paying for the first installment, Toyota, I'm thinking NCBA will say, at least $1 million is account. Which take it. Into the next couple of months, at least they have some money they are going to take. But even with the NCB arrangement, still you're going to pay interest of at least 28 or 30%. That's one thing you need to know. And I find that 30% is not worth it. If you want to buy a car from Toyota, it would be better you collect your car money. Ideally, in Uganda, me I wouldn't encourage anyone to of course a Morocco ya Toyota, it would be brand new, so there's nothing for you to fix for like 3 years. That's the advantage. But then if you're going to borrow that car, it means you're not financially well off. Normally it should be that you can actually afford the car, but you don't want to use all your money to buy a car. That's how it should be. Even when you're borrowing a car from the bond, they give you 4 months because they imagine you can afford the car, but you want to use that car money. Normally when I tell people to borrow a car, I tell them Omanyi, and I don't tell them with these used car bonds. Me, I don't encourage anyone to borrow a car from there. I only encourage you to borrow a car from a bond when you're going to buy your new car. That's the only time I encourage you to do that. However, I cannot say I discourage this a lot. Like there is a follower of mine here. And it doesn't make sense for you to borrow a car at 15 million if at 25 you can actually get a new car. Why don't you use 10 million? Get a used car. Because if you can actually pay 5 million in 4 months, 4 months you can make 5 million, another 4 months you can make 5 million, another 4 months you can make 5 million. If you bought a car at 10 million in 1 year or 1 year and a half, you'd have extra money. Then you sell this first car that you bought, collect money, then go to the bond and buy a new bond car. I don't know if the math makes sense. Anyone that can pay a car, a credit of 5 million in 4 months should not buy a car on credit. Buy a car with the money you have in cash, drive it for a year, and by the end of the year you'll have enough money to go to the bond. Then go to the bond and get your new car. Also, if it's going to be your first car, I wouldn't encourage you to go to the bond. I would encourage you buy a used car jitomeze. Because omuntu atandika obutandise ebiseera ebisinga ogenda kutomera ogenda kulubula. It's not nice for you to do that to a new car. Soko oguleyo Morocco enkadde oba ipsamu oba vitizi wano milioni 10, yeah, oba Mark 2 tomera yiga. So that by the time you go to your bond car, yeah, ulikafuru. That's how it should work ideally. The good thing is we have access to old cars here. But it wouldn't make sense for you to buy a bond car and by the end of the year you're buying new bumpers. By the end of the second year, you even want to sell it. Atenge kusala. Let me tell you, a new car from the bond that has accident history is bought very cheaply. You'll buy a car 35 million from the bond, but every dent you put on that car can reduce 1 million. So you buy it 35, unless you have bought a new bumper. If the bumper has something, if person that's going bumper mpya ya mitwalo kinana olwasaza akakadde ettama ligenzeko dent kayimoroka yonna nyino gifuwa okitegeera. So that's the other thing for you to consider. But a used car is also good. I bought my car 5.5 and I've driven it for a year. Sina lunaku lwe nali nfiiriddeko ku kkubo nti Morocco egaanye okitegeera teruliiyo. And I do only abagiyita batya preventative maintenance. Ball joint njiwulire ekuba kanjibule eyinza okunfaako eyinza okunkutukako muku. You get what I'm saying? And some of the times, when your car breaks down on the road, chances are high that you just did not You just did not take care of it the way you're supposed to. It's like your body. If you don't take care of your body, I was reading Dr. Kasenene's post yesterday, and he was saying that it's better for you to stay healthy because it's the best life insurance you can have. Instead of you paying 1 million every year to a life insurance company, why don't you just be healthy? Yeah? Don't eat the things that you're not supposed to eat. If you have allergies, avoid your allergens. You get it? If you can do exercise. I personally run on weekend, but there are times but then I remember that I don't have like medical insurance. You get what I'm saying? I remember my jaja, my grandfather's, my mom, he got a stroke, but it was from pressure. So I know that I have blood pressure history in my family, and I also know that one way to stay healthy, even with that history. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Victor. Is this Victor? Yes. I know that one way for me to stay healthy, even with the blood pressure history in my family, I know people that have diabetes in my family. I know that one way to avoid both blood pressure and diabetes is to actually run, do exercise. I've already been told. I went to this guy. He's called Dadamo. He's on Entebbe Road. This guy is that does blood type diet. They check your blood and they tell you what blood type you are. The genotype. And then they tell you what blood type you are. And then they tell you what is good for you, what you should eat, what you should not eat according to your blood type. And then they tell you which lifestyle you should lead. There are people with a blood genotype where you should not be exercising. Ngagwe omusayi go katala kange nakatadde wanga sikalaba. Ngagwe your blood type, you're not supposed to do hard exercises like gymming, like running. Nga that's your blood type. But then there are people like me. I'm a hunter. For us, we were the first people on the earth, and we survive by working out hard. That's why I run every morning whenever I can. For us, we live healthy lives by running, lifting weights. We are supposed to eat a lot of meat. Greens. I'm not even supposed to be eating vegetables according to my genotype. And when you live by that, your life quality is actually better. And I've seen it work. I used to have temper problems and all, and people will tell you into a walk. When I exercise my Majita mantra, my temper goes away. When I exercise, I have a much better mood. When I go to the gym and work out, my mood is better. So in the second against the gym, out of the fun of it, I already know that gym is healthy for me, both mentally and physically. So you would rather be healthy. That one there, the Corona, that's like the most reliable cars I've ever seen. That's the car you can drive ngateri oil. Without oil, you go to Mbarada and come back and then put oil there now. Then there is this carafe that Seth likes. Is it Seth? Kako carafe foko. Kati yako karaba kali mu million nga mwenda ku 10 actually, because it's a UAQ. And it's in perfect state. Kalaika bulungi nnyo n'emipiira gijjo ku egi million nga 13 oba 15. Yeah, in fact you should be walking to town. Yeah, in fact I should be. No, but you know, Stuart, I work out. Me, I run 15 kilometers on Saturday. I run 15 kilometers on Sunday. But then after my run in the morning, then in the afternoon, that's why I made sure that on Saturday and Sunday, chiba chizibu go kumpa program ya weekend nenjikola in the morning, because I know for me to be healthy, I actually need to work out. That's my genotype. Either I can tell you that my life is better. I told you guys I was diagnosed with hypertension in 2019. And one of the reasons why I moved from Kasanga to Ordinary Kumpine Chibuga, I decided to sell that home, is because of that hypertension. There were a Kasanga Tiwadi too populated. There was no way for me to run. Just running 3 kilometers was stressing enough. But here I can run 15 kilometers and end up a Moroka and get 10. So that's one of the reasons why I moved to the village. Until I can run. Actually, when I had just moved here, on holiday, I run every day. But because we work every day at Wakamango, I run on Saturday 15 kilometers, I run on Sunday 15 kilometers. Then after my run in the morning, in the evening, yesterday when I had plenty of meetings, I go in the afternoon and lift weights, and I lift heavy weights. Because the doctor already told me, for me to survive, to be healthy, I need to actually lift weights. That's the hunter. There are so many guys that are hunters, by the way. Hunters are blood group O+. Your guy test like a you go there and akora test, then your blood type. For example, there are people, I'm sure we all know someone those people are normally blood type, blood group A over AB. Katiabo baina kulia greens, they are supposed to be vegetarians. Chovola bantu omuntu omusanga wa blood group O minus nayo batera okuba vegetarians. So you don't just be a vegetarian by choice. People like me, I'm supposed to eat meat whether I like it or not. In fact, I can tell you, there are people that take creatine. There are people that take creatine to go to the gym. But to go ya weekend, you might find yourself going off working out. Nze ndye nyama, nze mchara wankati hapa kota nyama. Uruva okuduka nyama yange nsanga nsikawo. Na njirya kota yange ye nyama, then I go to the gym. Mbana amanyi. Enyama epa amanyi. Ho. Oshegera, I lift like I've era kati bwe tugula nyama. Tutekamu hafu yange ya weekend. Nganze ndiyaka kota ku Saturday ne ndiyaka kota ku Sunday. Deep fried. According to my blood type, I'm actually supposed to be eating roasted meat, because if abasoka kunsenya matwali anga njoche okitegeera nina kulyanga ba savage bali abedda. So anyway, away from there, you guys need to be alert. But emekubaba, at least the people that are on this channel mwina kubaba labu funyo, because ebintu bino na I remember I am O, but I don't remember if I'm O plus or negative. Exactly, that's how I'm supposed to eat. And I will be healthy. Dr. Kasene nyama bichie. According to another approach of science, because science on approaches. According to Dr. Kasene's approach, you're not supposed to eat meat because it's unhealthy. But according to my blood type, or your science or your blood type, me, I'm supposed to eat meat. But as Ngabuolienya, you're supposed to work out hard. Iranze bwenziru kanze choices za kunsanga nyina ko rubutombu nyina pot belly. Then I also go and lift heavy weights and I look sexy. Nende kamchara wange ali insecure. Ndagamba omusajja lero bamubba tebamubba. Yes, Timex you are talking about. Yes, not consistently, of course. Bakuwa that thingy, that timeline. But there are some diets zebatuwanga ziri kati zebangamba nyina kulya sima cashew nuts 200 grams za ku mukitundu ezo zonna zivaako sizagala na kumanya okitegeera. Yeah, anyway, not consistently, but like me, I eat meat 2 times out of the week, quarter. Then be chuma change. Then bagamba simanya oli amagi 2 eggs a week. Yep, the science is too much anyway. So that's it. Anyway, today ku story ya feyo. Story yo sinagira bagimara, but I know what is in there. Bamuti sati sakati kwatasa suli another year. Emoroka bagitwala. Nenga ate remember that car is like 25-28. Here akajisa sura 46. Oshitega, it doesn't really make sense. So before you decide to borrow a car, think to yourself, emoroka jengendo kwewola daranje etaga. Hi everyone, I hope you had a nice weekend. Yes, Nico, me, I personally had a nice weekend. Thank you for blessing our week. Yeah. Before you go and borrow a car, or kubanga mathematics, I'm going to pass in the shortcut. Or kubanga you have done the math, it makes sense to you, whichever loss you get into, because you can imagine omuntu oyo sente ze yaguze ka IST akamuzigulabo IST bubiri. No, you need to hold your mouth when you yawn. But in this economy, people have nothing to eat. That is why we are unhealthy and resort to eat whatever is available. Exactly. Yeah, sometimes people in Uganda, we eat whatever is available because of yeah, that's a police patrol. Yeah. Yes, Patrick, that makes sense. But this is one of the reasons why I limited the number of kids, because it makes sense for you to have the number of kids that you can manage and also manage to eat healthy. Like you can't tell me to buy nuts at 25,000 ngazidi 200 grams. Hizo nazigana bugani nagana ngani ukitegira, because ndabidadalanga buba bubi. To be honest, blood groups don't determine what food you eat. Munange Luzinda, I can differ. Why? Of course, genotype comes out of blood groups. Blood groups will determine, I'm telling you, because I can tell you that before I went to that guy, I was a little unhealthy. Nari motono na inga I was unhealthy. Right? But when I started following this, because yangamba tobiria. So I avoid eating them, because what will be young and yangana like a katokukama token ebinyebwa ako bangana ebinyebwa na akatokukama token ebinyebwa ako kainengirije kawoma mwe akatokukama token ebinyebwa kaine empuma yako yanjawulo kati nze ne bungamba simanya nenga amazima gali nti, for example, you see the nuts. With my blood group, I'm not supposed to be eating nuts. And by the I would see that when you get a lot of film, mucus in the throat. Which take it. I don't get it. Now we try to avoid it. But now yeah, I'm not supposed to be eating it, so that I know. Which is why I avoid it, and I'm healthier because I avoid. Now I need to look for those papers, by the way. But I try to follow. Like I'm not supposed to take sugar or sugar na move. I'm supposed to take honey. Nene honey simwagala so katinze chai wange munyota ali musu. Nywa mazi simwa na chai, by the way. Which tegera. So it's important that we understand you can be healthier by eating the things. It's not just the blood group, but it's the genotype that determines, according to that science, Michael. Kubo your science na ijari, you cannot ignore someone again na and okaka sante ebintu ebikula. Me, I went to that guy's office. When I get a office ya guy yoyo, I looked at him and I looked at his past pictures. Nomulabanga we atandi kukozesa genotype. Okuliza genotype diet. He looks healthier. Which take it, of course, kati akadi, but when you look at the pictures before yaringa mukadenya tokusinga kati. Which take it. So that's the blood type actually works. Yeah, I'm healthier, by the way, because I try to follow the things that they tell me. When you work out, your mood is better. Ila bobo ina temper, uteko kubo ina chota ina kulia. So let's make it clear, guys. Bwe kugamba te we wola motoka sigamba nsikwagaliza motoka ampya. Oba sikwagaliza kikacha motoka kyoyagala. Tuyina ebintu bye twagala. But if you cannot afford it in cash, it means you cannot afford it. It's as simple as that. Ochitegera. Nze Arthur njagala kugula sadeti ya Toyota Uganda. Newe mbasi nasobola jigula in cash. Sigisobola. Tewali nsonga lwaki ngenda mu NCBA ate ntandika okwewola emmotoka gyengenda ovuga ogenda ku mulimu n'ewaka. Ochitegera. Mpola. Tewali nsonga lwaki ngenda ate neewole loan ye million 5 olwokuba nnyina wa 2. Okitegeera nga sirina gali 5. That's normally what I tell you guys. Like if you're going to buy an expensive car, it's a good thing for you to make sure that that you can actually afford your medical. Okitegeera, that's another thing. Tulabya abantu, there is a certain public figure here. When we were in primary school, he was a popular. He had the biggest TV show on East Africa TV, and East Africa TV was the biggest TV then. Okitegeera, yatuuka wano nga bamusondera million 2. Okitegeera, but why would you buy a car at 40 million? Nga bw'onoolwala nga weetaaga million 2 tugenda zikusondera busondezi. I don't know if I make sense. Okitegeera, ate nga abantu bangi bwe batyo, wootuukira okwewola emmotoka kitegeeza tolina bulungi ssente. Nti emmoroka ng'ate weewola emmoroka enkadde. There are guys bemanyi abeewola emmoroka enkadde. Emmoroka ya million 7 ate n'asasulako 4. Why do you get to that level? Lwaki togula emmoroka gy'osobola? Okitegeera. I don't know who this is. I don't want to block him before I know what he shares, because what he has shared is making a sense. Abantu abasharinga poni wanu babeera bwe batyo. Yeah. I don't know, Michael, maybe you're a doctor and you disagree, but I understand that in every field, every profession has something that they follow. They have a science they follow. Like, I'll tell you that in performing arts, I have people that I went to school with that totally disagree with my kind of work. They totally disagree with how I direct my plays. Iranga bagamba no kugamba yo atha byakola tebirimu. Wadde mbasinga audience nenga bo basigala bagamba I can give you an example. I worked with some Canadians. I collaborated with them on a project, and the Canadians were telling us nti bo Tyler Perry bara bakola bya kisiru. Tyler Perry tamanyi byakola, but Tyler Perry is more popular than them. Tyler Perry works more tebamanya bomanya kati fa bakola na offe tubamanyi ninga ati Tyler Perry everyone knows him. Okitegeera ninga ate bagamba mu Tyler Perry yakola tebirimu. Okitegeera. So I understand that in every field there are approaches, and every professional aina approach jasalawo okutekinga nti Kaseni na aina approach eyiye oyo guy wa Timex na aina approach eyiye ya Kaseni ne ekola ne ya Timex kati nze ya Timex enkoledde. Okitegeera ya Timex enkoledde because ewaffe waliyo high blood pressure, waliyo diabetes nze sibirina kati. Yes, nali enfunye hypertension ne kati yagenda. That lady wanted status to own IST, but her cost benefit analysis was wrong. Exactly. That's normally what I tell you guys. Oh, you know pimamu. No laba. Can you emoroka ejo ino kubanga ovuga oba weewanika. Kadenza bwe neewanika mu kawundu ejja kunnemerera. Okitegeera. Ninavuga kakolola kange kano kensobola. You get. Especially for us men, you need to take control of your life and your wife's life. There are sometimes demands mchara wange zakola ne mugana yegwe gondi. Tubeera mu nyumba tetunaba gikola finishing amala ng'ongamba kola kino. Okitegeera, because I have to take control of this. Kati oyo omukyala taking a control of their life. Kati, you can imagine you have paid 45 million mu motoka. Esaawa ene ye motoka gy'ayina teri ayinza muwa yadde million eziwera 2. Kyokka agisasudde million 45. Ate era bakyamwagalamu ssente kadi baganya ogimuwa. Kati agenda kuspendinga ssente endala ogenda mu kooti because ayinza bayasayininga n'ebipapula ng'omwaka ogwo gwokuna guli legal by the way. Okitegeera, bwe guba teguli legal, of course they are going to give her a logbook mu butanwa mpaka, but still they may come back and still they can't take it. Okitegeera, kati why do you go into all that trouble? Hey. Why do you go into all that trouble? To own status. Nti nvuga kawundo. Okitegeera. Like we said, remember there is a podcast we said, why don't you be humble? Okitegeera, being humble is okay. You can be humble. Osobola ovuga kastality bwoba kosobola okwaffordinga. Osobola ovuga kibina bwoba gyosobola okwaffordinga. If indeed what you're looking for is just transport. Okitegeera. Bw'oba ng'onoonya transport, get transport. Okitegeera. If you're looking for status, first get the status financially. Okitegeera. Kati nze sina tukavuga status, nze ovuga status nja kuva mvuga Mercedes Benz. Awo nja kumanya nti kati wano nkikubye. Nja kuba mvuga ngenda kuba siri mu Toyota. Naba mvuga si compressor kyange wali. Okitegeera. Awo nja kuba mmanya nti am at status. Ate sijja kujeewola. Okitegeera. nze ngule moroka eri mu capabilities zange, and that's what I think all of you guys should be doing. Abayina sente mugule moroka eri. By the way, today I'm going to do a video. Someone was asking me why I did not talk about Primo in the overpriced cars. Primo yo nyina gumondi yayo. I have a special video for Primo. I'm going to upload it today evening. Why? Because Primo is special. People need to understand what the Primo is, so that they understand. At times, low maintenance and fuel efficient cars are a bit expensive, yet it can be a cheaper investment. Michael, but 45 million is not 45 million is not cheap. Is a 45 million senga yagula chimaka tuche million inga munana, because the Mark II at 8 million is in good condition. Tegenda kufa. And by the way, those Mark IIs that have VVTi engines, tezinywa. That's one thing I want you to know. You can buy a Mark II Grand 9, 10 million. Ochitegera, nga nungi namunda munga chogenda okola kutekako mipiira. Mark II Grand. Ngojufuna mu USZ, UAY, ochitegera. No vuga. The only trouble with that Mark II that I've found that it's tall. Mpamvu, boys. Hey. Ragnar? No. So the only trouble with that Mark II is that mpamvu omuntu atamanyi kubala mathematics angles, because ebite moroka ebe na mutawanya. Ochitegeera nange najivuganga naye nga nange ntawanyamu. Ochitegeera. Yeah, but it's always, that's why I ask, what's your budget? Okay. It's new.
Yes.
Who bought it for you?
Mommy.
Hey, did you tell her thank you?
Thank you.
So it's better fena muli omu kale buli omu wali tuvundi okwegumya nti you want an email, buy an email. Sometimes you just can't afford an email. Oshigira, I've seen this guy bamwita Mickey, seems too funny, yaguze email. Okitegeera kati gwe ogula email, I know it's showbiz nga bwe bakola ebya Martha K, because Martha K ina Range Rover, but it was an advert, I think, but yali stand bali balina kye promoting. But a guy like Mickey, it has not even been 2 years of you making money, and you go buy an email at 100 million. Okitegeera nti gwani nga ne ba member ba parliament ababadde emyaka egiwera tebagula email, bakyavuga zi Land Cruises $5,600,000. Ontegera kye ngamba ate nga bo baba every term bamwa 200 million agule mmoroka, basira kyavuga Land Cruiser olumu omusangana mu Primo. You get what I'm saying? Lutamaguzi has all the money, but Lutamaguzi doesn't drive an email, avuga Jaguar. Okitegera kye nkugamba nti sometimes fenga abavubuka ati tumanyi okwewanika, ng'ekintu kyewewanikiramu ate tikiri mu magoba. Okitegera, instead of actually buying a car at 50-60 million, why don't you invest it in a house? Because in nyumba it appreciates. That's one thing you need to understand. Nti ne bwoba togitunze, you can transform it nekola business. Nogifuula lodge. You get it? Nogifuula sauna. There are so many things you can do with your house that you can't do with your car. The only thing you can do with your car is probably drive Uber with it, and Uber is dead. Uber is a dead business. That's one thing I've been telling you. I'm happy they are my followers that have picked up the approach of buying chigegenze. Ali called me yesterday ngamba, "Ata I have someone yankubira nga ayagala chigege yava ku channel yo." Ne muganda munanga abantu nze sibamanya. Mukolere bulungi. Okitegeera. And he told me ali mu munonyeze moroka ennungi. Okitegeera. So for you guys abalinawo kasente ngoina sente ziri redundant, you can decide to buy chigege. Because chigege yo ekwa 80,000 every day, and you can get a chigege at 20 million. 20 million. Nenga that 20 million is going to be giving you 80,000 every day, Monday to Saturday, over Monday to Friday. Bobo jifuni the manager, because Sunday rubber driver ya akora musente, but bobo jifuni the manager, instead of giving him a salary, omugambe Saturday rubber go fune Monday to Friday 80,000 every day. Okitegeera. So at 20 million you can buy a chigege. So why are you buying a car at 40 million if at 20 you can get a very good car, and even 20 not take a chigege ne kuanga sente za mafuta? Because if you buy a car at 20 million and it consumes 20,000 every day, over 30,000, then gugula chigege kuwenga omunana omanye nti kale chigege jenguze kifo kyogula imoroka at 40 million. Let me buy a car and a chigege. The chigege will fuel and maintain my car. Gwe kyogibadi de chigege kyokka ku maintaininga motoka yo. Okitegeera? Izifikawo ozikunganye zinagula mu chigege eyokubiri. You get what I'm saying? And if you work with people like Ali, for example, you already are in business. Gwe n'omugamba nze ngenda gula chigege nje kwase nze njagala emitwalo gyange munana for 5 days. Of course go maintaining and those things you can discuss with him. Okitegeera? Gwe n'omanya nti I've bought a chigege ekifo ky'okwata million 4 ngule hari ya kawundo kankwate million 2. Okitegeera? Ngule kuruga kati sente ziva mu chigege zigula amafuta ga kuruga zigi maintaining zisaving eno obusente obonagula chigege endala. I don't know if you get my math. Because you can get a good Kruger at around 20. We by chance bought one at 15. Tuyinza obutadda mujifuna sagala ku guaranteeing anti tujja kugwa ku 15 erije twagula yali ya munnamasaka nga ne loni emutwala. Okitegeera gwali mukisa. Of course sort of no mukisa no ofuna. But that's what I'm telling you nti sometimes let's do mathematics aberenga gulayo chi mark x million 15. Okitegeera va mu kugula email kati eyo formatic yeyo ngoje epikira okyali muzigo ne landlord amanyo kubanja ayo omwezi omanyo mutukira mugaba na ndamu zino z'omwezi guno ngenda zileta later on ngotandika kugula email. Okitegeera bwe batosola ku maintaining rent or no maintaining otya email. You get what I'm saying? So it's important that we do the math. Kati you need to understand that this lady has a TV. Omuntu wasaida okweteka mu lujjudde nti abaye mbadde nsasula bbanja kiba kimuyitiriddeko. Okitegeera kiba kiyitiridde. And that's probably one thing we don't understand. By the time someone comes to TV nagamba abange mu nsondereyo embeera eba ekoze eki embeera eba eganye. All these people tubadde tulaba ku TV kawosh simanya bikoze bitya embeera eba emusazeeko ng'ekoze eki ngeganye. That's why I was telling you about this celebrity. I think Bamson like 2 years ago. Oba yagwa mu septic tanker. Okitegeera ne batandika omusondera. But that guy was bigger than Jose Chameleone 10 years ago. What was he doing? Okuba ntasobola kwefuutingira bill ya million 5. You get what I'm saying? Nti tulina okubanga tubala ate bwe tutasharinga stories zino bwezityo. Ye someone ajaga lwaki oyogera ku muntu na ye stories ezo tulina zisharinga. Chichombaga nti there are cars that are overpriced. Why would you buy an Alex like that one at 35 million? Okitegeera? Why would you buy a car at 35 million ngoli muzigo kyapangisa? Toina passive income. Okitegeera? Because me, I totally understand someone that has a lot of passive income to go ahead and buy their Alex at 35 million because at money every month I know what million is to that I know chakolerera. Okitegeera? Whatever you talked about Chibina, which had an Android screen and everything standing indeed and made my heart skip because the way I want to save from anything I'm buying mathematics. We Emma Eri Chibina yali mbaragavu. The other Chibina was on UAH, but everything was perfect. But the person we were buying the car with yali tayagala Chibina. Omutima gunga tujaga. Na Eri Chibina yali talina kyakanika. Nga talina na kyakola. The guy was not selling. Na eba broker bali, but you know brokers. Bamupise tunde tugenda kuguza oba mmoroka ki nenga nabo tebagina gye bamuguza naye ndoza nga bambe tujja kuguza Mark X kati yalina kibina talaba value eriwo. But me as a person that has driven old cars, I know that by the time someone buys an Android screen emoroka ajugudde emipiira ena mipya, the interior is tip top condition, eri emoroka yali perfect, the engine was new. Okitegeera, by the time someone does all those things emoroka yaba akola ki abajagala kitegeeza gwe bwogigula nga tolina kyogenda kanika nga ovuga buvuzi olaba pick up eyo it's UBN ziri enkadde noyinza ogisanga mpya n'okusinga zi UBG okitegeera. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is that kola mathematics before you do anything, because we are young people. You don't want to end up in your 40s and while ekyobugagga kyolina ye mmoloka gye wagula 10 years ago ate nga nayo at that time tekyalimu ssente. Sometimes it's not about what we love nowadays, it's all about mathematics and moving from point A to B. I actually think when I come we shall look for it as long as its AC is working. And AC is something that is very easy to like repair. You can repair the AC bamukola kasta engine yebanamu okitegeera bazaamu enseke wezibamu eziri, like the cars we buy, like the Ipsum we bought, everything was intact, it just didn't have AC. The Kruger we bought, everything was intact. You just need to get an AC person because you know as ensekeza AC bwomala obudde nga temuli AC enseke zijjamu ebitulu, and that's the only risk. But like I bought my car nga temuli AC ninga enseke mweziri, we just refilled the AC netereza ka fuse okitegeera we twatereza ka fuse AC nakola up to now. A full year, see refilling angako AC at any moment. Nenga essa nyogoza. Nebangama nokungamba jako. You get what I'm saying? So it's like Emma is saying, mathematics is very important. Kufa abavubuka. Because I think we forget. Normally when a young person like us builds a house, 2 bedrooms, okitegeera nazimbako ekikomera tugenda netulowooza nti tutuuse niye oba tonnatuuka okitegeera. Like yesterday I was at my auntie's place. Of course she built in her 30s as well, but she's in a very big organization in Uganda government, so she makes a lot of money and she has been there since like her late 20s. And she built a house kati nateekawo apartments sort of course kalina okitegeera nateekawo kalina kati gwe bw'oba tonnatuuka ku level ye ina kalina gye and she's in Namugongo, you get so she's in a neighborhood right now where a plot of land ali kumpi n'ebigwa by'abajulizi. She's in a place where right now just a plot of land is 200 million okitegeera, but she has development there, she has a house, she has apartments there okitegeera. I think n'omulimu gwa government gukyaliwo, she's still making a lot of money. And the apartments have already been booked. So she's going to be making money from her apartments. She's going to still be making her government money. And she's planning to shift from there again because she has land in Wachiso. Can you find a young person esawe na ataina nataka Namugongo ngagamba nzisibira Wachiso eyewala asigala apangisa ekyanja? But here is someone that I know ayina ettaka Namugongo naye agenda kuva wadde Wachiso okitegeera ate nga mugagga. You get what I'm saying? So it's important that fate abavubuka kati tulina okubala ennyo. Lwaki we need to count, we need to do mathematics a lot is because if you don't do mathematics you lose. Every time you don't do mathematics you lose. 10 years from now the people that did mathematics will be well off and you'll be looking at them thinking barogo okitegeera nti nze nga saasobola bikola abasajja babbi. You'll be calling your age mates robbers. Nti emoyo ye yasobola atyo okubikola nga ffe tetwabikola mubbi. Otandike n'okugamba Emma yabikola lwakuba yakoleranga ebweru naye nga lwona abalala babikola nga ssente bazijja wano. You get nga ssente azikoze wano olumu abadde akola n'obusente butono nnyo naye nga obusente bwe bwonna nga bw'abadde abulina bwonna bwawano. So it's important that we add mathematics. The only person that I would probably recommend to get a car on loan, and it should not be on the buy to own basis. The buy to own basis is not healthy. It's not healthy for any Ugandan. That's one thing you need to know. Because we as Ugandans tuchetetenkanya. Omuntu yenna bw'oba okyetetenkanya olina kubeerawo ng'eyeetetenkanya. Okitegeera okugula emmotoka si kibi, but buy a car that is within your means. I've been telling you some of the cheapest cars now to get. Ipsum ndoza yemu ku motoka ezikyali cheap. Okitegeera Kibina eri cheap. Primo, and by cheap I don't mean pocket change. Is the motoka katosobola okufuda million 7-8 Mark II. Okay? Now million 7-8 Mark II. ne RAV4 yinza okufuna Ipsam tugambe ne kibina 10 Spacio old model naye Spacio old model is rare. Raum old model, which I don't recommend. You can't even get my Corolla at 8 million now. Nene yange jenvuga na mukadde wange sisobola mukuwa ku million 8 okujja kunga nyine ekizibu ky'amaanyi okitegeera. So it's naye kati you need to do the math. If you have 10 million, I've been telling you guys all along, if you have 10 million, buy a Cat 8. Use the 2 million to polish it up okitegeera, because even a Cat 10 million you'll need to invest money to make it better. Even a Cat 20 million, there are still some things that you're going to work on. So that you don't go and buy a car ogambe I spent a lot of money nekati ate ndi mukanika. Olaba n'abazigula mu bondi era ateeka bwati system itwala asatu oba 5. Ekitege at least okulamba ebintu bye babbama, at least okuteekamu alarm, at least okuteekamu tracker, because it's I find that it's idiotic for you to buy a car at 60 million from the bond and you think 350,000 for a car tracker is expensive. You get it's idiotic. Ate sivuma nkuzukusa. Why would you buy a car at 20 million and refuse to put a tracking device? Nze nagula ya 5 kitundu okitegeera nengisaamu ne alarm nga nagigula 5 kitundu naye nga nkimanyi my 5 million is money right now. I can't give it to you even at 8 naye nga nagigula 5 kitundu. You get it? Me, I know a car is an asset. Era nze buli gwengulira emmoroka mba nkibala nti ogula asset yo nti bw'oyagala sente ereme kusala. I don't know if I make sense. Leero kampiteko oba eno, leero kampiteyokko mbadde ndudde okuyitayo, but today let's pass here. Economy ekalubye Jumia yiye baga economy ekalubye okubanga nyapaka nga asatu. That was last year bakwe bei rahisi. Yeah, so today fuel is actually going down. Total is now selling at 5,080 shillings. It used to sell at 5,300. Actually, diesel is more expensive than petrol now, because even at Shell, petrol is 5,080, diesel is 5,500, 555. So diesel is more expensive than petrol. People that used to buy diesel cars in the past used to buy them because diesel was cheaper, so you would save on fuel. Kakoka IST mukaraba UAU. Good morning, Dennis. That UAU is right now wakagamoro kwa kasanga bakagama milioni 16 naye ng'ofaki nti nvuga IST ng'okyali muzigo ennyumba gy'obeeramu tennaggwa ng'ogula emmotoka milioni 15 ebintu ebimu bannange. It seems like I'm rough, it seems like njogeza bwavu, but ebintu ebimu birina kuba realistic. Look at this car. Kampitako kako Suzuki Jimny. I like it. Kate kanyo ka Suzuki Jimny era bw'okafuna kagule oba okasobola okukagula. Instead of buying IST or buy Suzuki Jimny, bw'okagula nga kapya okitegeera. You see this car is 16 million. Eyo Kigego giraba UBB ya million nga 2. Kigega 2 IST 16. Kigega ereeta 8 olunaku, IST eri 3 olunaku. Kigega ereeta 8 olunaku, IST eri 3 olunaku oba 2. It's simple math. You do the math. You do the math. What would make more sense? Kigege IST. Kigege IST. Kigege is passive income. IST is passive spending. Or spending nga tomanyi na kumanya. Nga Kigege bweleta sente nga tomanyi na kumanya. You get it? So that's the math I'm telling you guys. Bobo ina 40 million. Ngobado yagala zonna zigula mu motoka. Reconsider now. I did an interview with the taxi guy. Nabagamba he can help you manage your cars. Okay? Ogula chigege nojimukwasa najimanaging. The only cost you have is that instead of making that money 6 days a week, okay, you don't make money 6 days a week, you make 5 days. Saturdays his, Sundays for the driver. I don't know if I make sense. Normally, if the people that own chigeges, okay, the people that own chigeges, the driver remits 6 days to you, Sunday he makes money. But you maintain the car service, but a taxi, a normal taxi remits 80,000 a day. 80,000 a day in 10 days give emitwalo kinana, 20 days eba million emitwalo nkaaga. Kati njagala nnyo n'obala nti emmoloka eyo ekuwa, it pays you for 20 days, the rest of the days is to maintain the car. Kitegeeza okola million emitwalo nkaaga nga you don't need to do anything. So you buy that chigege nojikwasa like a man like Ali. You need to tell us the truth. Why buy an overpriced vehicle yet you lack a decent accommodation? Exactly, Patrick. Nedda Patrick olumo ojja kubyogera omuntu agamba oyo Arthur tamanyi kyayogerako. Okitegeera ayogeza bwavu. Okitegeera, but me I've seen that you need to take care of, because the roof over your head is a basic need. Of course, even a car is a basic need, but there is nowhere they say that a RAV4 2014 is a basic need. A car is a basic need, not a RAV4 2014, not a Harrier Kawundo, not an IST. A form of transport is a basic need. Katinzabere matuga. A car is a basic need. There is nowhere it says that a Mercedes-Benz C200 2020 model is a basic need. A car is a basic need. Bwene wanikane ngamba Kawundo is a basic need. Echo change, that's poor mathematics. You see, posing shell in the figures. Petrol is 5,080. Diesel is 5,349. Kachaba diesel cars, they spend more money than us. The same thing at City Oil as well. And in this economy, and I thought that the lockdown must have taught us something. The lockdown, during the lockdown, abantu bali bapangisa banange bayita mbizibu. Nnyo nze lockdown nali sipangisa. The only big expense I had in the lockdown was that my youngest boy was born in 2020 April. And that was a hard time. Kubanga nze ndi munna Katemba yali talina waakolera. Ate bye batugamba you do online, okujjako nga you already had an online strategy laying down there nga wali tonnaba implementing. It's very hard to implement a strategy in haste. Mukupapaawe, it's very hard. And I can tell you that I'm a marketing person, but even marketing doesn't work miracles. Marketing is a strategy jokola, probably long term. So baba waitako mu lockdown no funamu ku bizibu bya rent. Right now you should be working on a strategy to actually build a home. It doesn't have to be in Chira. Remember nyino okwewanika kuno ngaba vukana kutuveko. You find a young person akanze njagala kuzimba Namugongo. Namugongo plot ya million kyende sawe. Naye ngo omuvubuka akugamba his annual income is 25 million over 40 million. Kachitegeeza he has to save for 2.5 years to buy just a plot. Okitegeera. So nga ate waliyo plot is a million 10. I don't know if I make sense. So you buy your chibina oba chikumi. In the estate I have neighbors that bought a chikumi and they are happy. They are very happy. Okitegeera enkuba teba kuba, they can leave home early, tebetaga kulinda salongo wa tax. Okitegeera. But you find someone nagamba nze chikumi sejevoga. Nenga sente za sobola za chikumi. Nze sobola sente because mine is also a chikumi, but it's a chikumi new model. Okitegeera kati nange sobola chikumi. Ira nvuka chikumi. Kati sigenda genda mu Subaru Forester because n'amafuta Subaru Forester sigakola ki. Sigasobola. Lwaki ogule emmotoka ate gy'onoo parkinga? I don't know if I make sense. Nti oguze emmotoka ate ogireka mu kikomero olinye emmotoka ya saalo ng'akutwaleko mu town. Kati you need to buy a car that you can manage both mukugula and maintaining and fueling. That's one thing you don't need to forget. Kubanga katuyinza okuba twogera ku motoka you can afford to buy. Gura okuba osobola okugula kawundo n'ogigula naye nga amafuta gajja kumenya. Because kawundo enywa. Sente zigula kawundo. Osobola okugula mu drone. Kawundo ya milioni nkaaga, drone ku milioni nkaaga ogifuna. Okitegeera. I don't know if I make sense, guys. Instead of spending 40-50 million on one car, divide that money gulayo kigege ya 25 because ali yatugamba kigege UBE UBF osobola gifuna ku million 25 eyeba mpya kati gula kigege ya 25 ogulayo ne kamoro ka million nga 15 kigege kuletere ngo 8 buli lunaku. That's simple mathematics. Okitegeera. That's why nze bwe nfuna sente ate sinza kupapira mugenda kwa upgrading amoroka yange nze ngenda soka gula kigege. Ewaffe mu estate wali abantu bangi abatalina transport. Ngamba kola mu sentence. I'm not going to buy that chigege to give it to someone to drive it for me. No. Me, I'm going to create a network of estate dwellers that want to go to town. Nze mbalete ngako bampenge 5 mu kubaleta. If I bring 14 people, okitegeera. Kitegeza I've made my 15 times 10, that's 50k. So it is I make my 70k in the morning. Nemo kuddayo. Abaddayo mbudde bwange mba contacting abaye tuddayo newe mbasi tute 14 because I need 2 places for my family. So I will take, let's say I take 10 50k mukujja 50k mukuddayo. I make 100,000 ngemotoka nge sijiwadde na driver. Hey, you guys, you need to even look at me. I've just come to a realization. I'm going to buy a chigege next month. Because I can afford to buy a chigege. Tegenda kuba mu kikuubo. Corolla yange egenda kusigalawo. But I'm going to buy a chigege. I already have Ali. Agenda kunfunira chigege njijjemu ekikuubo. You guys, that math makes sense. Bwe mundaba nga nguze chigege tumekye mugira. I'm going to buy a chigege. I'm going to buy a chigege. Oba okola emitwalo 10 for every day. Every day. Kichitegeza, even if I left the Corolla for my wife to take her kids and I wait for the estate dwellers abagenda sawe mubi nze nga Arthur okitegeera nemba kolamu ekyetaano mugenda madamu navuga emmoroka ye kubene emmoroka yenyo emitwalo 2 kitundu ejebiri ekitundu njikola mu kigege nenzimuwa everyday nange nenteeka mu yange kigege emitwalo 3 nensigala emitwalo emeka nga I just bring my people, go back with them. No, this is not excitement. I've been doing this math since I started this. And I've been telling you guys I was planning to buy chigege. Not just for that, but even my company. My company, because we move, sometimes we go and do up-country shows. And but even if you bought a chigege, no, you are driver, you But also now Emma is my guardian angel. Please don't rush excitement, kids. Thank you. We all need a guardian angel. Secondly, before you buy it, first get customers. But customers, guys, I'm a marketing person. I know them. But even if I just bought it, that's passive income. I should live by example, by the way. If I can afford the chigigi brush sigura, ne Emma na koma mu match, ifucho gule moroke area unasoka gula chigigi na ajisa mu business. You get what I'm saying? I already know 2 followers of mine. One of them bought on his own. Kati aina chigege bidi. Zimuwa. Yeah, that's why you don't manage it yourself. That's why you give it to me. I'll give it to Ali. Ali would manage it for me. Njagala sente zange. Okitegera. One follower aina chigege bidi kati. Buli chigege emitwalo 8 olunaku. You get and he's happy. He was on cheyo yavayo nga wamutami. Nagamba kanzire Uganda. And agula chigege, I think for him he bought those chigeges 15. So he used 30 million. He invested more 2 million in each chigege. And now they are on the road. You driving a chigege, you are in dream world. Calculations are not as direct as you always see them before you enter such a business. No, I totally understand. I totally understand. But the math makes sense, you guys. nti of course emotoka eyo eriko service gyogenda okukola ya taxi. JK wuyo atugambye a friend of his bought 5 Chigeges a few months ago. And how is the experience, JK? Mbadde njibabalira wano. How is the experience, JK, of your friend that bought Chigeges? Because 5 Chigeges emitwalo munana times 5, how much is that? That's like 350 a day. Okitegeera. Ne bwaba zifuna 5 days a week. The Chigeges had now receipts that he's paying off. Hey. Yeah, that's how you buy cheap Chigeges. Either they have police receipts, they have multiplex, or they have the KCCA things. You get. Yeah, but it totally makes sense. Every business is not direct, by the way, Stuart, now that you have mentioned it. There are people that have entered the performing arts industry, buying the film and all, because they see there are some guys they see that make sense. Deployment. What do you deployment for what? School van and all, over tours and travel. What do you mean deployment? Because we don't mind engeri gya kibala nti gwobala Chigege ata abala kutwala baneibabe. Ukitegeera. But anyway, you guys, tutuseyo because of the mathematics of this lady yagula highest million ana mu mukaga. Security guards, yeah, and how is the revenue model? JK, how is the revenue model for this friend of yours? Yeah, in a security company. Over he has hired them out to a security company. He hired drivers who fuel the Chigeges themselves and deploy security guys. Oh, that's actually, that might be a better model because it so happens that deployment happens in the morning and in the evening. So emotoka tetambula nnyo. So even if it gives you less money, ibatejja kufanga eri Chigege because Chigege etambula nnyo naddala ya town service. Your town service is okubevuga route like 3 routes or 3 egenda emirundi ng'ebiri oba esatu. Yeah, up country egenda omulundi gumu, but the up country vehicles have to be new. You get it? But you guys, the reason we reached there was over the month services on him. He also pays the drivers 300 a month, each driver. Okay. I'm curious to know more about that revenue model. Probably it would also help many of our people. Anyway, so JK, you've just come. How we reached there is he gets paid 12 million every 2 weeks. Yeah, that makes sense. The driver uses them for town service, but he doesn't care. The drivers use them for town service, but doesn't care. Yeah, makes sense. But you see, you guys, if you're going to buy a Chigege, it's not going to be for Chigege, for taxi business. You better have another use for that car, because like I've been telling you guys, for me the Chigege is for my other business as well, because sometimes we move together up country. That would be a form of transport for us that we have been looking forward to get for a very long time. Now, if that form of transport also happens to make some money for us, it would also be a very good thing. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys. Oh, that Hilux mujiraba or Hilux oyinza ogisanga ku million nga 3.5 depending on where you buy with this UAT. But why it's that expensive is that all needs is for them to fuel the cars and deploy the guards in time without fail. Okay, but he makes some good money. That's like 24 million gross every month. That's a good model. But guy, mulabakati want to bwebala business. Akora gross of 24 million every month. Which take out of 5 Chigeges. JK, how much did he buy the Chigeges though? Because I know followers here that have actually a lot of money. There are followers of mine that came to me nebagamba atho yogerera nye moroke nkadi kati follow abagule empya naffe tugambe ffe moroke nkadi tetuzaga tulina sente zaffe tugule empya. You get there are those followers. Probably they have just not seen how they could use their money instead of buying like a bunch of cars for self-drive. How much did he buy the Chigeges? Yeah, but anyway, guys, the math has been that are 13 to 15. Yeah, Chitegeza, he used about 60 million to buy 75 million to buy 5 Chigeges, which give him a gross of 24 million every month. Nenga bwaba asigazawo ayinza banga asigazawo like 15 million every month. Sicho JK ayinza sigaza like 15 million every month. Chitegeza, the 75 million he invested in these cars, he can make all that money back in 1 year. Guy, Muolira, I don't know if my math is correct, but if these cars pay him 12 million every 2 weeks, that means he makes 24 million every month. And if he uses service, pays the drivers, as well as a million every month, which means in 10 months Ajakuba was 150 million. Math. I love math, guys. He saves only for after all expenses because he has loans. Yakura kuloni. I thought he didn't buy loans. But 4 million is good because 4 million is like profit, JK, right? 4 million is like profit. That's good. That's good passive income. That's good passive income. Now, guys, it seems very easy, but it doesn't work as easily as it sounds. You get it? It's actually much more complicated than that. It's much more complicated than that. You have to get honest drivers for starters. He bought 3 dons for his funeral service company as well. Guy muzanya abasajja bakola business ndozo owulira ana ejeke kino kyembadde nkuminsinga kujja tugamba abantu bye bakola okitegeera because it gives us new perspectives. 3 drones for funeral service, and funeral service ekola, but me I wouldn't do that business because nzibuzibu. Anyway, chivamu n'okwezula, you guys, you need to understand yourself as a person. Personally, I've understood myself that I was not made to sell products. I'm a service person. That I make money from service, providing services to people. Right? So you need to understand yourself. Are you a product person that you make more money from selling products, or you make more money from service? There are people that have not had a lack of making money from passive ventures. Every passive income business ya investing amu ye musala busazi. Tiye bwagula kikeke eye yetakola sente. Bwagula boda ye gwe baba. Bwa investing amu nyumba z'abapangisa tebamusasula. You get? It happens. There are people that just don't have that kind of luck. Kubanga, they supervise their business themselves. So you need to also understand yourself. Me, personally, I'm not the kind of person that will buy products and sell them. I've totally failed to understand that business. I think I should say that. But there are people that make money from products and services. So as JK is sharing these things, like Emma said, excitement kills. Hey, but Emma is my guardian angel, by the way. Emma constantly texts me. He's my guardian angel. Guardian angel. JK, I'm going to read that comment later. Your primo mugira ba million yana. Sanga omuntu nga apangisa omuzigo gwa mitwala 2 asatu naye nga alina emmoroka ya million yana. Ne bagayi. Omuntu apangisa nyumba ya mitwala 5 avuga emmoroka ya million yana. I don't know if that makes mathematical sense to you guys, but for me it doesn't. It doesn't. It totally doesn't make sense to me. Niri enjala ngenuma. Enjala lire nnuma kanguleyo ku businaaka wano kana akafusi kagezesa. Baba batunda bo tebaliiwo. Abatunda tebaliiwo. Yeah, so you guys, I think JK is saying he ventured into funeral service because of the insane money his brother was making. His brother owns the second biggest funeral service company in Uganda, Rhino Funeral Services. Arthur, I'm capable of getting 50 million loan, but where to invest? JK, tutu no ema agambye million atana asobola okuzifuna na yaziteeka wa. And all of you guys that are watching right now, you can share your opinion. But me, I wouldn't actually advise you to invest all the 50 million because you don't have experience in investing in the 50 million. Yeah, I would advise nebo boso ofuna million yaga 5 funa 15 osoko funeko woziteeka okitegeera kale thank you osoko funeko woziteeka okitegeera. But of course JK's friend already they live in a family of already big business. Kati Muganda or investing in funeral service and now in funeral service, you'll definitely give a hand. That's what I told you. Bobe nango li bulungi mu family of okulaba nga ne banonda baba buchi nga nabo baba bulungi. I think that's what is happening with JK's friend. The family is actually pulling each other up. So JK, let's start abasobola okuwa Emma amagezi kuyo yasobola ku accessing 50 million without hard. First have a payment plan of the loan, good. That doesn't depend on the investment you are going to do, good. Exactly, that makes sense. But you already have like a source of income that can manage to pay this loan without depending on actually one of my followers that has a chigege, he told me he's not going to depend on these chigeges. Already I name is Igo J. Emizigorede jimuwa sente zayagala zeyetaga. So the chigeges will maintain themselves and he will use the rest of the money to save. He will save the rest of the money to buy more chigeges. He's all about passive income. Hey banange eno channels enesimi okuba nti nagitandika. You know I'm learning things every day. I learn new things every day. Kati wadde fena tuyiga na yate nze nsinzo okufuna mu channel eno. I learn new things every day and it's good to be learning every day kuba omuntu atayiga buli lunaku abali n'ekizibu. You need to learn. If you already had an ongoing well studied business, that would be okay. Exactly, that's what my friend does, the funeral service guy. Anti nange chingamba abantu, normally when people, especially the guys that are coming from abroad, when they ask me most of them have been telling me agaragura moroka ajiteke mu Uber, and I tell them, what were you doing before you left, or what business do you have in Kampala? Because that's your starting point. Okusinga oku investing in something fresh, why don't you start with what you already know, what you already do? He earns at least 7 million a month from his rentals. Kachitegeza, the rentals already take care of his expenses. Kati zino business endala zonna zonna sente zibali sasula loan na ku maintaining other businesses. That makes sense. So you guys, I think it makes sense. I find that that this, instead of buying a very expensive car, ne future of maintaining it to Jimanyi, it would be better for you to actually invest some of that money into passive income. Passive income. And if you cannot manage the business yourself, take a business as managing. I think that's why most people take a pangsa, take a run a pangsa, because he uses property managers that take 10% but pay him in time. I have a friend of mine, Jajawe Chiatandise. Yetache kunganyiza sente, yeba muwa sente afuna milioni 5 bayine batwalako emitwalo 5 nafuna miliyoni nya kitundu. I think it's better okusinga okugogana n'abantu mbu ate muzeeyi tubeereremu simanya biki bo balibe bamanyi bwe babanja abantu baabwe okitegeera. It makes sense sometimes to just have management okitegeera. So if you're considering probably buying a chigege, get someone that is already in the business ng'omwesiga nga asobola okumanaging the business eyo nga sente zaazo kuteera ku account gw'olaaze okitegeera. Bw'aba yeetaaga za kukanika ng'akanika, because business is trustworthiness. The reason why I've said sigena interviewing a mechanic, I'm interviewing people that I know that I can really trust okitegeera. Like with Ali, I know him, he's very trustworthy. That's why when natuka ku taxi, I went and interviewed him. Muzeyi wa Lore, he shared his number because he's a Muzeyi and they were asking me for money and I didn't want to give them money. So what I could give him was, did he even share his number? I remember like I told him to share his number. Anyway, guys, I think Bobato Izo Rwalero. Yeah, thanks, Martha. If you have not learned anything today, then go in Chizibu. Me personally, I've learned something. I've learned something. The first thing I've learned is something that I always tell you guys: excitement kills. But excitement kills. You have plans. You already have plans for 2023. Tozi diverting because of anything. Okujakonga plans zote zibadde solid. But if your plans were solid, don't divert them. Like now, for me in my industry, there is already something that was going on that I had already invested in. Now, because of the kickback system in Uganda, nti bagenda okuwa, for example, ofuna the project ngenda kuwa million 10. Nenga abantu bakugamba fe twagalako million 2. Kickback. You get it? Like and for me, I'm trying to think, how do I deduct this money as a kickback zebagara and I continue working, because I lost that 30 million because of excitement about Jinga. So there is already a business that I understand, and by the way, I do a lot of math. I'm not a mathematician, but business wise, katingenda tula mu Excel sheet. There is twatega newe twatega walekanga watajja kwata kati tulina okutega ewalala bo bagaba sente nyingi kale tebagaba nyingi naye bazigaba lumu in bulk. Omanyi omuntu akuwa miliyoni 15 naye nga akuwa 5 tasinga akuwa 10 nga akuwa zaawamu okitegeera. So kati this business I understand it, I know how to juggle. So I'm going back to sit on my Excel ndaye bagenda kumpa miliyoni 10 naye bagala ka 2 okitegeera. So how do I juggle nensigaza miliyoni 8 and I pay my taxes properly and I pay my employees properly and I also keep the business running and I also make some profit okitegeera kyengamba. So sometimes business jotegeera, me I understand the service business totally very well. That's why I'm telling you that okunema inema because of a dishonest person okitegeera. That's why I'm telling you that mba bagula kigege mbanji balira the other angle okusinga okitegeera nti envuga kigege yange enva waka nyina ba neighbor bange abagenda nange. That's the only angle that I would calculate. Oba kigege yange njiguze egenda tutwala mu field fe kola mirimu gyaffe. So JK is saying that I gave up on all other businesses in Uganda and I will stick to real estate, because JK real estate jakola ki jasobola tagenda genda mu funeral service because his friend is doing funeral service okitegeera. Yeah, you're welcome, Pharaoh. Thank you also for being here. So Jingo Growing was going to dive in because friends who are in it, but of recent they say it's poor, it's going poorly now. Good morning, Joseph. Yeah, so excitement kills. Thank you, Emma, for always reminding me. Banage Emma anzijukiza. Emma mbera kwa naye webade, don't give up. Orumo inzo kumpe, there's a message and I don't reply, but sometimes it's probably because I'm busy or I'm engaged or chitegeza. But it doesn't mean that mbasijira. Sometimes mbanjira, like yesterday I had a party in the morning. I was supposed to be the MC. 9 again, then I was MC for like an hour. Then I had like 4 meetings back to back, and I could not do a live. And these meetings were really, really important. Now, to have a good life as well, and a good future. So, because whenever you meet other people, you learn stuff. Yeah. So, but it always means a lot, Emma, that you constantly, even Emma's user now. I also would like to thank Vianney as well. Vianney naye ajja nangamba Arthur nedda wano olimbyemu okitegeera yeah and plenty other people that also send me texts like video ne y'omukyalo ono gwe or drive to own like 4 people have sent me that video and they have said okay Arthur ojukira bwa bitugamba bino okay banzijukiza story ya Beach Pine so and I thought that why don't we just talk about this today. Probably we would know why the drive to own might actually not work for you. Bobo chetetenkanya drive to own jirikegula imoroke ya raisi jangwe wa Arthur tutetenkanye tufune moroke ya raisi okuze sente zo paka bono sobola atogula emotoka eyebbeyi because ojatuka life gets better okitegeera yeah. So anyway, thank you JK for also sharing these experiences. Nchimanyi zizo kusabanji yeah zizo kusabanji for the guys. I'm giving you some time to read all these comments in the okemveko because comment is somehow I'm going to I think contact YouTube ndabe why they don't come back. It would be a very nice thing in the comments. Some of these comments are very important. That's why it's important for you guys to come to and be part of these live broadcasts because these live broadcasts people share their experiences live ne tuyiga oshegeera comment is no kati edda zaberanga ko nga bolaba when you watch the live live on a computer the broadcast ngeri upload they watch the comments would come but these days they no longer come and I don't know why. You get I suggest he buys cheap land in village and tries to plant trees if he has some another way to pay back the loan monthly. He will make more profits. Emma ochirabye kino you plant trees and Joseph ejamitije jikola myaka imeka myaka 10 jibaguza umeme I think yeah for 10 years because you can buy like 5 acres an acre at 1 million each okitegera tene takale lisigarako n'emitijo in 10 years ojja kugitunda you get yeah personally okulima sikumanyi sijja kulima sikutegeera nze nyina real estate wange nange wali wemubalira kati but I think the kind of focus that JK has is the kind of focus that we should get omanya where your strength is no yingirawo okitegeera yeah but I think I personally learned a lot. I don't know if you guys have learned as well. Yeah. So let's see. Eddie was number 1 today. Ragnar, Martha, Council Patrick Asiku. By the way, Patrick is a lawyer. Nze mbakubira obulango na buli wemanyi omuntu kyakola. Nze mbagamba yebwe abatasobodde kweyogerako. Nze mbagamba ne mumanya. One time oyinza okujanga wetaaga a lawyer asobola okuyambako n'ogamba of course tulina ino lawyer for your mulala Council Yunus okitegeera so we have 2 lawyers in our midst but tusobola to of course oba omuwa sente naye and Patrick you're located where? Patrick is up country. I think Patrick is in Mbale. Am I wrong Patrick? Bobo chaliko if you're still live. Are you in Emma says I bought 3 acres and I planted trees cartoons. Now all were eaten by termites. So that's another experience. So probably that's not an angle you should take again. Watch together. I want to read the names of the people that have been here before. Okay? These comments are misbehaving. So Emma, Michael, Gliadson. I don't know how to read that name. Dennis, Nicole, Pascal, JK, Stuart, Kish Ferro, Joseph. Yeah, I think these are the people that have commented. But even you guys, Abadi Mukamori, I don't take it for granted. It really means a lot. What are you doing this week? Good morning. How are you?
We had an event yesterday.
Hey. Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, the people that Abalabida Mukamori, it really means a lot that you also take the time to be here and watch. Let's see what they are telling Emma here. Okay, my younger brother is an excellent lawyer too, by the way. Okay, guys, even JK has a lawyer in the family, so you can contact him. Then Dennis, Me, I can read the comments after 1 day of up. You can. How do you do that, Dennis? Please tell me. Let me check the lives that went afterwards, because these comments, they are very important. I hate that tree planting business because I lost a lot of money, caretaker and everything. Yeah. Patrick is in Uganda. For people that have, you can have a case in Uganda, but you know you have a lawyer in Uganda. Which is also a good thing to know, that in different parts of the country, you know someone. Emma, you didn't kill those termites by pesticide. If possible, we sell the surplus matoke. Okay, I now planted coffee and a little banana for domestic use. Oh, if possible, we sell the surplus matoke. No, that makes sense. So you guys, I think we have a lot of things to learn on these lives. So if you have a friend, termites are challenging because they come from neighborhoods, not in my area. So you guys, it's I think it makes sense that if you have a friend that should be learning something data to work, I planted trees but contract an expert to manage the trees. Okay, 5 years you have 20 to 25 million per acre of trees. In 5 years, that's good. That's good business. But like I said, I discovered it, and by the way, kati jeke yazula real estate. That's where his luck is. Because business also has luck. Kati my friend Ali mutaxi walichi ye wali omukisa ogugwe, but bo sigala ngokola business omutali mukisago osigala your struggle. You always struggle. Bakubane bakola chi, and you constantly lose money. You get it? But anyway, guys, thank you very much for being part of this live. If you know someone that could use learning a few things from the broadcasts, for example, this particular broadcast I think should be shared widely. You get a link and share it with people that you know. I know it's long, 1 hour and a half, but trust me, omugamba ajirabe to the end. Webe in comments, I'm going to try and see how Dennis sees the comments, and I will share with you to see, because of Mutasoro broadcast later on now so many comments. Like today's comments are very powerful, they are very engaging. Yeah, it's very good. But thank you very much for watching today's live, guys. I'll see you tomorrow 7:15. God bless you. Ciao.